Welcome to CreatureXX, the channel where we explore the most mysterious, bizarre, and sometimes terrifying creatures that might still be lurking in the shadows of our planet. Today, we're diving into 7 extinct animals that may not be completely gone. While science tells us these creatures vanished long ago, Earth is still full of remote jungles, frozen wastelands, and unexplored regions where humans rarely set foot. Throughout history, explorers, tribes, and eyewitnesses have reported encounters with creatures that should not exist anymore. Are these just myths? Or could some extinct giants still be alive, hiding beyond our reach? Let's begin. Nandi bear. The Nandi bear of East Africa, particularly in Kenya and Uganda, is one of the region's most feared cryptids. Witnesses describe it as a powerful creature resembling a cross between a bear, a hyena, and a leopard. It is said to have thick, dark fur, a muscular build, and glowing eyes visible at night. Local tribes tell stories of livestock being slaughtered, accompanied by deep growls and massive footprints left behind in the dirt. Some accounts describe the creature standing nearly as tall as a man when upright, with crushing jaws capable of breaking bones. Scientists have tried to explain the legend by suggesting it could be a surviving short-faced bear, an oversized hyena, or even an unknown species of carnivorous mammal. East Africa still contains dense forests and isolated valleys that remain poorly studied. If a large nocturnal predator learned to avoid humans, it could remain hidden for generations. The Nandi bear may not just be a legend, it could be a survivor. MOA. The moa was a giant flightless bird native to New Zealand. Some species, such as the Dinornis, reached heights of nearly 12 feet, making them the tallest birds known to have ever existed. Moas were herbivores, feeding on leaves, fruits, and branches, using their long necks to reach vegetation at different heights. Despite their size, they were relatively defenseless. Their only natural predator was the massive Haast's eagle, a bird powerful enough to kill a human. When humans arrived around 1300 AD, the moa population collapsed rapidly due to overhunting and habitat destruction. By the 15th century, they were believed to be extinct. However, since the early 1900s, hikers and farmers in New Zealand's South Island have reported sightings of enormous wingless birds moving through dense forests. Some claim to have found unusually large footprints in crushed vegetation. In regions where human access is limited, could a small population of moas have survived unnoticed for centuries? Pterosaur. Pterosaurs were not dinosaurs, but flying reptiles that ruled the skies during the age of dinosaurs. Some species had wingspans exceeding 35 feet, making them the largest flying animals ever known. Their bodies were adapted for flight, with hollow bones, powerful chest muscles, and leathery wings supported by an elongated finger. Some fossils even suggest they were covered in fine, hair-like filaments. Despite going extinct 66 million years ago, reports of pterosaur-like creatures continue to surface. In Papua New Guinea, locals describe the ropen, a massive flying creature with leathery wings and a glowing tail. In parts of Texas and Arizona, witnesses report seeing silent shapes gliding overhead with long snouts and bat-like wings. Some accounts even describe attacks on livestock, leaving behind strange wounds and enormous tracks. While mainstream science dismisses these sightings, the consistency of descriptions raises unsettling questions. Could one of these ancient flyers still patrol the skies, unseen and misunderstood? Mammoth. The woolly mammoth remains one of the most iconic prehistoric animals. These massive relatives of modern elephants stood over 13 feet tall and weighed up to 22,000 pounds. Their thick fur, layers of fat, and long curved tusks allowed them to thrive in Ice Age conditions. While most mammoths disappeared around 10,000 years ago, a small population survived on Wrangel Island until just 4,000 years ago, meaning mammoths lived during the time of the ancient pyramids. Frozen mammoth remains found in Siberia are so well preserved that skin, hair, and even stomach contents remain intact. Scientists have sequenced their DNA and are actively experimenting with cold-adapted hybrids. Some hunters and geologists in remote Siberia claim to have seen massive, hairy creatures moving across frozen landscapes. While unproven, The idea of a surviving mammoth still captures the imagination. Mokele-Mbembe. Deep within the Congo River basin, legends speak of Mokele-Mbembe, a creature whose name translates to the one who stops the flow of rivers. Described as a massive reptilian animal with a long neck and bulky body, Mokele-Mbembe resembles a sauropod dinosaur such as Diplodocus. Reports suggest it can reach lengths of over 30 feet and is capable of overturning canoes and creating waves as it moves through rivers. European explorers in the early 1900s documented local accounts and even maps marking areas where the creature was believed to live. Skeptics argue the sightings could be misidentified hippos or large reptiles. Still, the Congo Basin remains one of the least explored regions on Earth. If any place could hide a living dinosaur, this may be it. Megalania. Megalania was the largest terrestrial lizard ever known, living in Australia over 40,000 years ago. It could exceed 20 feet in length and weigh over 1,000 pounds. Related to the Komodo dragon, Megalania was likely an ambush predator capable of delivering powerful, possibly venomous bites. Aboriginal stories describe enormous reptilian creatures roaming the land long before European settlers arrived. Even in the 20th century, reports from Australia's outback described massive lizards vanishing into the bush. With vast, inaccessible regions still unexplored, some researchers believe it's not impossible that a relic population could exist. A predator that mastered camouflage and isolation could remain hidden for centuries. Megatherium. The Megatherium was a colossal ground sloth, one of the largest land mammals to ever walk the earth. It could reach 20 feet in length and weigh nearly 9,000 pounds. Unlike modern sloths, Megatherium could stand upright, using its massive claws to pull down trees for food or to defend itself. Fossil evidence suggests it coexisted with early humans before disappearing around 10,000 years ago. In the Amazon rainforest, indigenous tribes speak of a creature known as the Mapinguari, described as a towering, foul-smelling beast that walks upright, breaks trees, and emits terrifying growls. Explorers have reported massive footprints, crushed vegetation, and unexplained sounds deep in the jungle. In a rainforest where visibility is limited and access is difficult, a massive creature could remain hidden far longer than we expect. These 7 creatures, from the Megatherium to the Nandi bear, remind us that extinction may not always be absolute. Our planet still holds vast, unexplored regions where secrets may be waiting to be uncovered. What do you think? Are these creatures truly gone? Or are they still out there, watching from the shadows? If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to CreatureXX for more stories about ancient giants, cryptids, and mysterious beings that may still exist. Turn on notifications so you never miss a new discovery. Thanks for watching, and remember, the past may not be extinct, it may just be hiding.